Welcome, everyone, to the Apoco-Larry podcast. I'm Steve. He is
King Larry.
King Larry.
King.
Long may
Yes.
you reign.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Actually, I got the opportunity when our president was installed, which is like the weirdest thing you ever do to a president. It's like a pastor.
Yeah, I
You know,
don't know why we say
I've
installed.
installed you. Here you go. But
Well,
when
they
we,
also use the term inaugurate. Is that
yeah,
a proper term?
I
What do
don't
you do
know.
with the president?
We installed them. That was the term we used around here. So,
No, I mean for the president of the United States,
oh,
not
it's inauguration. Yeah,
that's inauguration.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um,
No, for our presidents, it's just installed.
yeah, that's right.
like a dryer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I got asked if I would give a greeting from the staff and a prayer from the staff over the new president, and
Oh, yes.
I said my little piece, which was, like, I think I started out with like, you should never ask the director of IT to do this, and, um, and then I finished off by saying, "Sir, long may you reign." So the crowd seemed to like that, so off we went.
I do like that. Was that
Anyway,
the current one?
yeah, that's our current one.
Because
Yeah,
actually, in Bible colleges, they don't generally reign. Well, they reign for a long time in Bible colleges.
yeah.
But you're not a Bible college. I'm
No,
sorry, you're a university. Forgive me.
universities, we're 3 to
Yeah,
5.
but they reign. But the people under them don't reign so long.
No.
The VPs, it's almost like being a field marshal with Hitler. Like you're pretty good if you're a colonel, but by the time you get to general and then field marshal,
Not going to work
they
out so
went
well.
through them pretty quick.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tonight, my friend, we're going to take a look at, or whenever you're listening to this, 1 Samuel 28. Anything you want to say in advance of this?
Next chapter, we're going to find out quite a bit more how David works over Ashish again. But this chapter is one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible,
Mm,
just because it's such a crazy chapter,
yeah.
and I wouldn't say scholars don't know what to do with it, but Christians don't know what to do with it.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, and that's when Saul meets the witch at Endor.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also intriguing because he kicks. Well, we'll as we read it, we'll tell you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 Samuel 28. In those days, the Philistines gathered their forces to fight against Israel. Ashish said to David, "You must understand that you and your men will accompany me in the army." David said, "Then you will see for yourself what your servant can do."
And we got to just stop there because in the next chapter we really see what his servant will do.
Yeah. David,
Yeah.
who has never avoided a lie in his life, it seems like at times. Ashish replied, "Very well, I will make you my bodyguard for life."
Yes,
I,
which isn't very long at all.
yeah, might want to think that through again there, son.
Yeah.
Okay, now, verse 3. Now Samuel was dead. This you must remember, for nothing else. What? I'm trying to think of that line from Christmas Carol, right? Marley's
Who
been
was
dead. Marley's been dead these 7 years. If you know nothing
these
else,
7 years?
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, watch them up at Christmas Carol. That's all we're telling you. Okay, verse 3. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had mourned for him and buried him in his own town of Ramah. Saul had expelled the mediums and the spiritists from the land.
Yes, the large and the extra large. They got to stay.
Mediums, get out.
The same old joke.
That's right. I still like it though.
Yeah. So anyway, this is interesting because Saul. It seems that there were spiritists and mediums in the land while Saul was alive, but after he died, while Samuel was alive, but after Samuel died, Saul got rid of them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Well, like you've often said to me, though, that the Israelites played both sides against the middle. Oh, sure, God's our God. We just happen to have these house idols as well. And we.
Yeah. It was your teacher that you like so much,
Craig Broyles.
Craig Broyles, who said the scripture has always been monotheistic. The Israelites never seem to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Much like us.
Yep.
Much like us with the stuff that we allow around us all the time.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Not you and me personally, but
No, that other people have that problem,
us.
not
Yes,
us. Yeah.
us in the royal sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you did
Oh no, that
interest
would just be me by myself. That
that,
doesn't work at all.
but I'm a loyal subject actually. So
Yes.
anyway, verse 4, the Philistines assembled and came and set up camp at Shinnim, while Saul gathered all of Israel and set up camp at Gibeah. When Saul saw the Philistine army, he was afraid. Terror filled his heart. He inquired of the Lord, but the Lord did not answer him by dreams or Urim, which is like rolling dice, right?
Yeah.
Or prophets. Saul then said to his attendants, "Find me a woman who is a medium, so I may go and inquire of her."
Yeah, and this is the interesting thing. So at this point, because remember Paul would stand up and prophesy in the midst of his craziness,
Hmm.
which some said was just singing songs with prophets, and sometimes I think I don't know if that's what it was or if he was actually prophesying.
Yep.
But the God's not giving him dreams, uh, or the prophets aren't speaking to him at all. But the Urim is interesting because the Urim is just a white stone and a black stone,
Mm.
the Urim and the Thummim.
Yep.
And you just kind of pull them out and they give you an answer. So I don't know how that does not give you an answer unless it just never gives you the same answer twice. And you can't, I don't know how you do it so that you can't rely on it. But obviously it can happen
Right.
because it was happening. So maybe you pull it, three times and you just get, two different answers
Yep.
because you can only get two answers, right? But anyway, God is not speaking to Saul, and that's the important thing here.
Yep.
That's a scary thing when you see a man that was totally given over to God when he started his
Yep.
being king, and by this point in his life, 30 years later or whatever, however long it was, he's seeking God by times when it's necessary, and all of this started, we think, kind of back when he gathered all those people and he brought them, but he brought the king home and the sheep and stuff.
Right.
Remember?
That was the
And Samuel
downward
said,
spiral.
"Why didn't you do what God said?" And he said, "Well, I did." And he said, "Well, what's that bleeding
Yeah.
that I hear?"
It's a great
And
line.
that's that to obey is better than sacrifice, right?
Yep. Yep.
Keith Green, I want more than your money. I want your life.
Mm.
And now he's off to find this meat. He has kicked the mediums out, but he's not hearing from God. So in desperation, he's going to anybody that will answer him.
Yeah. Which it so speaks to Saul's um, personality, right? Like he's rash to the nth degree.
Yeah. And I remember at one point in our churches, like we were kind of opposed to the prosperity gospel guys,
Hmm.
and the we weren't opposed to healing ministries because Pentecostals are into that, but we were opposed to certain groups of healing ministries. And we had a guy in our church whose wife got very sick, and he went down south um, to Benny Hinn to get him to pray for her. And I thought, I don't blame you one bit. I mean, you would grasp at anything at that point.
Yep. Yep.
And she died, and he came back, and he was pretty put off with everybody and everything, and I didn't blame him for that either.
Yep.
And that's what Saul is doing now. He's saying, God's not answering me. I'll go to the mediums.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
I,
not. I should blame him for this though, because we're supposed to blame him for this.
yep.
He's not supposed to do this.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Because
Yeah,
God
but he
holds him.
does it.
God holds him to account here. So I didn't read the end of verse 4, which says there is one in Endor. That is, he was a medium in Endor.
Yeah.
So, or sorry, not verse. That's the end of verse
8.
7. Sorry. So verse 8 now. So Saul disguised himself, putting on other clothes, and at night he and two men went to the woman. Consult a spirit for me, he said, and bring up for me the one that I name. But the woman said to him, "Surely you know what Saul has done. He has cut off the mediums and spiritists from the land. Why have you set a trap for my life to bring about my death?" Saul swore to her by the Lord, interesting, "As surely as the Lord lives, you will not be punished for this." The woman asked, "Who shall I bring up for you?" "Bring up Samuel," he said.
Pretty interesting, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. And so there's a whole, and she must still be in the land, unless
right.
they went to some other land to find her. And then yeah, she says, "I'm not going to do this for you."
Yep.
Like this is a trap. And they go, no, it's as surely as the Lord lives. I would still think it was a trap at that point,
Yeah, yeah. Like,
but she accepts it.
yeah, no offense, your
Yeah,
word is pretty much worthless. Like, remember when you said you wouldn't try to kill David? Yeah, I think you didn't mean
yeah.
that.
But she hasn't clued in yet that he's Saul.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but she knew this right away, pretty soon here, right?
By the next verse, yeah.
Verse 12. When the woman saw Samuel, she cried out at the top of her voice and said to Saul, "Why have you deceived me? You are Saul."
And that's an interesting thing. Is she a fraud? And then when it actually works, she's just so surprised?
Yeah,
Or is, like, what is the thing with mediums? And that's what we don't know either.
yeah, yeah,
What is this with talking to the dead?
yeah.
And how are you getting an answer?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
This is what
yes.
messes up Christians, by the way. This
Yeah,
is the whole thing that's messing everybody
yeah,
up.
yeah. Because we like a black and white faith, not this stuff that we're like, hang on, what happened here?
No, I don't like this stuff that doesn't fit with my clean theologies. But
That's right.
oh,
Verse 13, the king said to her, "Do not be afraid. What do you see?" The woman said, "I see a ghostly figure coming up out of the earth." "What does he look like?" he asked. "An old man wearing a robe is coming up," she said. Then Saul knew it was Samuel, and he bowed down and prostrated himself with his face to the ground.
and I like that too. What do you see? An old man wearing a robe. Oh, that must be Samuel.
That's right.
Every old man in all of Israel wore a robe.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
but
Pigeonhole me, why don't you?
and don't forget that the teachers on this verse, they argue quite a bit over what is actually going on here,
Mm,
because many think this can't be Samuel. Samuel couldn't come back,
yeah,
um, or a woman couldn't, a medium for sure couldn't produce him. But I'm of the school that says, yeah, Samuel came. He came and he was annoyed,
right, right. God sent him, right?
happily annoyed.
Yeah, it's almost, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, as we see in verse 15, Samuel said to Saul, "Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up?" "I am in great distress," Saul said.
We just have to mention that. Like, you gotta love Samuel, don't
Yeah.
you? Like, for crying out loud, Saul. Like, I'm dead. Can that not even death keep me from you? Like, I thought when I died I would get some peace.
Yeah,
But it's not happening for Samuel, and I love it so much.
yeah, yeah,
So I totally believe that this is really Samuel that
yeah,
came
yeah,
back,
yeah,
and he's frustrated with Saul,
yeah.
and he's going to tell him, he's going to tell him a horrible thing too. You know,
Yes, I'm in great
yeah.
distress, Saul said. "The Philistines are fighting against me, and God has departed from me. He no longer answers me, either by prophets or by dreams. So I've called on you to tell me what to do." Samuel said, "Why do you consult me now that the Lord has departed from you and become your enemy? The Lord has done what he predicted through me. The Lord has torn the kingdom out of your hands and give it to one of your neighbors, to David, because you did not obey the Lord or carry out his fierce wrath against the Amalekites," which Larry referenced earlier. "The Lord has done this thing to you today. The Lord will deliver both Israel and you into the hands of the Philistines, and tomorrow you and your sons will be with me," which is also an interesting thing.
Yes.
"The Lord will also give the army of Israel into the hands of the Philistines."
Yeah. So everything in this prophecy is bad, right?
Yeah,
He says, tomorrow, you're going to die, and your sons are going to die. And remember, Jonathan dies in that battle, and for most people, that's the saddest part. Nobody really cares that Saul dies.
right.
And Saul actually has his armor bearer run him through, which I guess you'll find out right away.
Yeah,
And the Amalekites, which I didn't realize that he had asked Saul to kill them and get rid of them, David did for him.
yes,
Remember, he went and destroyed all of the Amalekites. Yeah, it is quite interesting. And then the Philistines are going to be in charge of Israel for a while. Which, when you get to the Book of Judges, remember we were reading the Judges.
yeah,
Um, Actually, that's in the Book of Judges. No, this is after Judges. It's a real back and forth with these Philistines, isn't it?
right. Yep,
Yeah,
tis.
yeah.
Verse 20. Immediately Saul fell full length on the ground, filled with fear because of Samuel's words. His strength was gone, for he had eaten nothing that whole day and all night.
And I kind of would have thought his strength was gone from fear, but they basically said, yeah, he hadn't eaten.
He was hungry.
He was pretty hungry.
Verse 21. When the woman came to Saul and saw that he was greatly shaken, she said, Look, your servant has obeyed you. I took my life in my hands and did what you told me to do. Now please listen to your servant and let me give you some food so you may eat and have some strength to go on your way. He refused and said, I will not eat. But his men joined the woman in urging him, and he listened to them. He got up from the ground and sat on the couch. The woman had a fattened calf at the house, which she butchered at once. She took some flour, kneaded it, and baked bread without yeast. And then she set it before Saul and his men, and they ate. That same night they got up and left.
And I'm trying to think about that. So they convinced Saul to eat. So she has to butcher this calf and then drain the blood because that's out of the part that she was doing anyway. And she had to make some bread without yeast. Like he didn't sit there for 12 minutes while she threw it in the microwave. This,
Yeah,
this sounds like
this was
this
not
sounds like
Kraft
several
dinner.
hours worth of work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just put an iron box of Kraft dinner on. I'll be fine.
I know. I told you I was going to eat, lady. I didn't say, don't you have any leftovers or something? But we live in such a different time.
Yeah,
You know, things just went slower.
yeah,
You know, and so Saul is, by that evening they leave, and he's off to die the next day.
yeah.
And and if he came there with fear, he certainly didn't leave without it.
Right, right, right.
But obviously he has it to some degree. He's accepted his fate
Yeah,
because he does go off and fight the next day.
yeah, right.
Yeah, so it is interesting. Like if you had told me that, I'd say I'm just going to run away now. Thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Job, or Jonah. He's got nothing on me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The two men with me, they can live too. But
yeah,
everybody else, you're on your own. But he doesn't. He kind of accepts it and,
yeah.
and goes back.
Like,
The other thing that we didn't mention earlier is that Ashish really loved David.
mm-hmm.
And there's something about God's hand was on him that even though like he had to do all these terrible things to get to where he was, God seemed to protect him in on every step at the same time.
Mm,
Like the first time he pretended to be crazy, they all thought that. When he was running away, Saul never found him. Like you're hiding with 600 men, you think you'd be
yeah,
somebody would get noticed. When he comes out and he spares Saul's life a couple of times, right? And then he goes back to Ashish, and Ashish just says, "Man, you're the best guy I've ever had around. I love having you here." He's going to be sorry about that soon, but it just he's having to do so many things to get to where God wanted him to be.
mm,
And yet, I think in hindsight, which we have on him, we look back and go, "Oh, I can see God's hand in this, and
right.
God's hand in your life."
Yeah,
It's kind of interesting, isn't
yeah.
it?
It is. Sure is.
Yeah. Someone said if when God asks you to do something, He takes into account that you're an idiot. It's not like He doesn't know that you can't do this thing,
Are
and He's
daft.
going to help you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knows you're daft.
yes, yes. See my two friends, Steve and Larry. They are morons.
Yes, yes. Going back to our review of the Book of Job, have you considered my
Yeah,
friend Steve and Larry? They're stupid.
you're so stupid. Yeah. Let's see and look at what I can do with them.
That's right. Oh, my friend, thank you so much for this. This was great. Like you said, it's such an intriguing story, kind of in the middle of this picture of David getting the kingdom, and how God takes Saul out of the picture. Um, we have the story about the witch at Endor, or the medium at Endor. Folks, as always, we love doing this for you, and we're so thankful that you listen. We'll be back again next week with, guess what? Saul, I think, is not going to be with us much longer in this book. So that'll be kind of the conclusion of that story. But we'll look forward to meeting with you then. Until then, I was Steve, he was Larry, and this was the Apoco-Larry Podcast.